Good afternoon, everyone, and Happy New Year. This is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Thursday, January the 2nd. So, I hope everyone had a happy New Year's Eve and New Year's Day and got a little rest. And so we started today. We've got a short week this week. Started today off with a bang here. This is the opening print, went right to 32.50 here at the open and just had a really nice strong day today, especially into the close there. 32.58.14 ended up being up 27 points on the S&P. That's pretty crazy. Equally as good in the other indexes. Not quite as good in the Russell. We'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, let's back out here and look at some of this. Oh, and one other thing, I want to show you the ticks here. This NYSE ticks. So we opened at plus 1,255 tick reading. That's pretty strong. At one point, I guess it was right there that we came down to almost 1,000, negative 1,000 on the tick reading. And but still overall a really good day. In addition to that, the VIX is back down to closed at 1247, I believe, down about 131 roughly on the day. That's pretty good drop in the VIX there. So anyway, let me take that down and we'll look at the S&P. You guys know I like to go over the S&P. We'll start there and just take a look at everything. So let's back this out. This is a one-day chart. Let's go to a 5-day chart. Kind of work our way back this way. So this, if you can see down the bottom here, this was Tuesday. That was New Year's Eve. And I had been, if you were in the main room or in the bias room, I had been trying to get a 32.50 trade on for this is the end of year. 32.50 was my target, and we ended up just shy of that. And I had a big butterfly there with a lot of contracts, and it closed at 33, I think 32, 33 or something like that. And this is how it works in trading. So the next day, the next trading session, of course, we open up right at 32.50. This worked out okay, but because I had taken off some contracts and I ended up putting a 32.25 on in the morning here and kind of still made some money on it. But anyway, end of the year, 32.50, didn't quite get there 2019, but started out to 2020 here. So and look at this push into the close. I mean, that's kind of crazy. So where do we go from here? That's the biggest question. So I'm going to stick with the S&P for now. Let's go out to a one-year chart. And as we can see, of course, we know that it's, of course, been a crazy move. This is last January 1st. And, we've run up here. It's just kind of crazy, 2,400 to 30.250, and I mean we're not far from being 1,000 points up. So we're up about 29%, I believe, on the S&P, about 23, I believe, on the Dow. For 2019. Strangely enough, I've seen Goldman Sachs has a 2020 S&P target of 5% upside from here. And Bank of America has 2%. We've been getting 2% in a day. I mean, basically. Or a week, I guess I should say. But anyway, so this is not real encouraging. And obviously this is a long trend and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there are so many different scenarios here. We could be having a blow off top. This thing could go to 4,000 and then come back down and do something really horrible. I don't think that's likely, because think about the backdrop, what we've got. We've got the Fed, we've got China deal going to be signed on January 15th, all that kind of stuff. So, we should keep on plugging along. I suppose we absolutely need some kind of pullback here We got a slight one here, but we really need something like this, or this, or this, to get us back into kind of, even if we pull back that far, we'd still be a little bit extended on valuations. But, you know, assuming a decent dip, people would buy it, and we'd probably keep going here, I suppose. But the really big catalyst or thing to look for is going to be earnings this next couple of quarters. Now, we've had a lot of companies that have come in and started cutting estimates, you know, so we don't know until we get there, you know, how the earnings season is going to be and all that. Also, we've got the little problem at the U.S. Embassy over in Baghdad with the militants trying to storm the embassy and all that kind of stuff. That could turn into something, and we need to watch crude in that case as well. You know, there could be a glitch with the China negotiations, you know, whatever, that's supposed to be signed on January 15th, and then we have to start all over again on phase 2, right? So anyway, I guess the bottom line is that this is still a beautiful looking chart, but I am expecting a pullback probably sooner than later, from a profit-taking standpoint, from a maybe some bad news standpoint, or just an exhaustion standpoint. You know, it at some point, you know, we'll get some kind of pullback. But in the meantime, you know, we keep playing this to the upside with some hedging on the downside. And, you know, with a market like this, we literally and really just have to trade it day by day. And you know, I've got some hedging on. I've added a little bit more today, but you have to be aware of the risks in doing that in case we just keep on going. But I think it's getting more and more important, and it's actually with the VIX down where it is right now. Hedging is not that expensive, and that's when you need it, right? So anyway, I don't have any particular stocks in mind, or, you know, to go over, just because everything is so extended. Apple hit 300 today, and, you know, etc. Everything is extended. So I'm not a buyer really up here of anything particular without a pullback. At the same time, I really don't want to go just flat out short. I'll do some hedging, but we just got to be careful. So we take it day by day. We keep our stops pretty tight. Manage our positions we've got. If you've got wins, I would be inclined to take them, or take some off the table, you know, and wait. So you know, that is what I've got right now for the market. We'll know a lot more next week as we get in. You know, with the holiday, there's a lot of traders that are still off. We don't have full volume or anything like that. Everybody gets back next week and they reevaluate things, and we may have a different market next week. So we take it day by day. We watch it tomorrow, see what happens, and then next week we kind of get back into the groove. So that's what I've got today. Hope this helps, makes sense, and good trading, and I'll see you guys at the next update. Take care.